Every picture in this show has an incredible story of perseverance, of bravery, of adventure, and of adversity.
This show is called National Geographic 50 Greatest Wildlife Photographs. My name is Becca Schreckengast. I'm Director of Exhibition Experience at the Natural History Museum. This exhibition features some of the best wildlife photographers who are taking images right now. And we're so excited to be able to bring them to our Pittsburgh audience, to see animals in their habitats like we've never seen them before. Orangutans in the highest treetops, see whales under the water, to see the close-up movement of lions on the hunt. It is these types of encounters that help us build empathy, to build storytelling, and we do see, even in some of these photographs, sort of a change where we have for so long liked to see wildlife as separate from humans. So no longer is the separation between humans and nature, but a cooperative life on Earth with the wildlife.
I'm Catherine Kane. I am the director of the National Geographic Museum. This exhibition is a collection of the greatest wildlife images that National Geographic has featured in its iconic magazine. There are 15 million images in the National Geographic archive, and that number just keeps growing with the advent of digital photography. Sometimes a photographer in the field will bring back 30,000, 40,000 images. And it is the role of the photography editor and the editorial staff of the magazine to whittle that assignment work down to the few images that end up on our digital website or in the magazine itself. It took months to come up with this list. As you look around the room and you see these pictures that are taken all over the world, these are not easy jobs. These photographers go to great lengths to get these pictures. Our editorial staff has a very high standard, and they don't publish excuses, is their famous line. Every picture in this exhibition was taken in the wild, and there might be a few exceptions. So we want to show nature at its most extreme and at its most natural.
None of the light that we're using is visible to the cats.
So Nick Nichols was a staff photographer at National Geographic for over 25 years, and one of his more recent assignments was to capture these lions in the Serengeti Lion Project. So what's so interesting about this image as you look at it is how close the camera got to this pride of female lions. Many of the images that you see of lions in Africa are taken from a moving vehicle or they're taken from the air. Nick decided that he wanted to get a much closer shot, and so he created this camera trap and put it on wheels, and he drove this vehicle up to the pride. And they sniffed it and were a little suspicious of it at first, but once they realized that it wasn't going to hurt them and that they couldn't eat it, they just kind of forgot about it, and he got these incredible images.
This is not the way they reacted the first 10 times we put this out. So this has been a process.
I think every photograph is composed and planned by a photographer. They aren't faked. They aren't contrived in that there's sort of like a bunch of Photoshop work going on that would change the story. And like any artist and photographer, they're going to use sort of the digital tools and photographing tools that they have available to them. To bring out a texture, to soften something in the background. Those help bring focus and narrow the storytelling, so the photograph can speak to the story the photographer is trying to tell. Well, I really love the whale photograph, and there is a human hand breaking the plane of the water, and you can see the magnitude of scale between this whale and this human hand. These gray whales actually want attention. Otherwise, they'd lose interest and go to another boat.
Each picture has a bit of a different adventure, and I don't have a favorite. It's like asking me to pick my favorite child, right? Telling stories about the natural world is part of our history, it's in our DNA. But I think what we're coming to learn is that the planet is under increasing threat. And what we have been hearing from the people that we send out into the field is that they are really seeing the changes that are affecting our planet, changes brought about by climate change, changes brought about by deforestation and overpopulation. So I think the fact that we are pivoting to focus more on the urgency of these issues makes this all the more important for us to put together these projects and send these stories out into the world.
I teach a 20th century art history course, so we're here today with a field trip, 30 kids and 2 chaperones, and the full day.
We had a great opening day. We had over 1,000 people enter this gallery. Now we have greater than average visitation to the gallery, and people spend a lot of time here.
A lot of people think it's very easy to take a picture. You can use your iPhone, you just pop it out. But looking at this exhibit, I'm hoping that the kids can see that this is a valid art form.
I was expecting photographs, wild animals, but the angles, the perspective that they've taken to get these photographs are phenomenal.
I really liked this exhibit. I like how everything, like all the pictures, they're very pure and untouched because you can't stage this type of stuff.
So more exhibits like this, more exhibits where people are encountering wildlife, the threats that humans are making to these environments, so that they can process it, become curious, motivated, and then empowered to make changes in the world.
This exhibition is very much about the power of photography to educate and to get people to care about the planet that we all share. And that is very much a part of our mission, to use this kind of storytelling to not only inspire people, but to educate the next generation.